Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. Now I was going to do a video today about some funny things happening, some good, kind of, overall nice things. And I'll get to that when I'm in a better mood. But, I've always got this laughter, but because really I am shaking my head at some things that have happened. But laughing all the same because of the stupidity behind what is said. It's the whole thing again of people who think that they are superior. Okay, I mean, they have that whole superiority complex going on when that basically is masking an inferiority complex. They actually feel they are inferior. But in my world, it's because they are. And I don't play a totem pole game, not in that sense. Are they inferior? I think we're all human. We all have our good, our bad, our weaknesses, our strengths, and all this stuff. But some of us don't do everything to anything to get by. Not anything. We're not talking about ID kind of stuff, like that channel ID. But I would say most of us don't feel like there's any reason to just go around breaking rules. Some people do. That is their whole... They wake up in the morning, how are they apparently... Of course they don't, but... And think, how am I going to today break some rules? Show everybody I'm boss. Seriously. I've met some people, known some people who do seem like this is their whole life. That's their what is it? There are parts of their personality that stick out, and they love it. They love the fact that their bad side sticks out, their evil side. Sometimes it's evil. You can go that far, but not the, like I said, not the ID channel kind of evil. But some people say anyway. But I have dealt with that just today. And I know, yeah. Okay, the thing about it is, I do know, well, there's two that stick out. I know more than two. Kinds of dysfunctional families that believe they're superior. Seriously, they know everything. I've mentioned these before. Yeah. I've mentioned them before, and no, it's not including mine. So I could say 3. No, I'm not gonna put that on my family. Not totally. No, I'm talking about people who really, truly believe that every one of their family members is smarter than everybody on the planet. They truly believe that any decisions that they make as a family or as an individual is superior to all others, even if they're doing things like breaking rules, social rules, or rules of whatever place. Maybe they work there or whatever. They truly believe that no matter what, if there's a rule that they're breaking, that rule's wrong. It should not exist because their brains are superior and they know those rules should not exist. Yeah. And it can be so just, I don't know. I mean, I am 61 years old. I've seen some crap you wouldn't believe and that I don't mention. So this is kind of like, what? Okay. But at the same time, sometimes there's a little bit of all there that I'm not sure if I feel like, are you that stupid? Or just kind of awed by the nerve of somebody to believe that they're superior to all people. This big old planet of people, they put out there in various ways, they are superior. Really. Okay. Now, I have mentioned this before, and I'm going to tell you this part that I don't mention every time. But I have, since I was young, known that my brain is kind of like, well, summing up as an adult, is I have a genius brain, okay? a genius mind. And a lot through my life, I have known, you know, I mean, a big chunk of my life, I've known that other people aren't going to think the same way, very logically. I'm very analytical. Do I make mistakes? Oh, big time. Sometimes I do. If it's not my field, if it's not my thing, somehow, yeah. Nobody knows everything. Get it straight. Get it straight. I'm not telling you, but some people, they just can't get it. That nobody is going to know everything about everything except for them, to them. They're never going to see that, no, you don't. And they're going to say, the person like me, you know, that they're somehow superior to make themselves feel good. They can't handle the truth. I mean, I have heard that since I can remember, and I always thought, you know, it's kind of a little bit along the line of a joke, but it's not. Some people seriously cannot handle the truth. You know, those of us who've done videos on like narcissism, which, you know, I say too much is packed under narcissism. But, you know, we know that there are some people who really, their ego is so fragile that we used to talk about ego back in the day, but the ego is so fragile that any even hint of, you know, that somebody else is smarter, let's just use that one, smarter, is so bad on their, they will just never stop trying to prove, I can't say never, but that they spend so much of their time trying to prove that they're superior. It becomes obsessive. So I'm kind of all over the place as usual with this, but I have so much I want to say, I just want to get it all out once. But I feel sorry for them in a way, but then that's the whole game for some of them, is to act superior, do things wrong, then say it's somebody else's fault somehow, some way, it's somebody else's fault, play the victim, blame the victim, go through this whole thing of the whole all around, and still in the end of it they're going to say, I'm superior to everyone. Okay, everyone. Yeah, I've said a bunch of stuff, but got to detail some of it eventually again. Okay, now I can tell you, like I was saying earlier, I have not gone around telling people that I have a genius IQ. Okay, until more recent years. Now, I've mentioned in a class, mentioned that in classes before. We studied this about how women are taught, well, at least in my generation and above and around, and even maybe since then, to downplay their accomplishments, to downplay their personalities, to downplay if you have things like a genius IQ, because why? It's thought of as bragging. Oh my goodness, you heard my throat go out. And by the way, I'm not the only one suffering. When are we ever going to have a break from very high pollen? Is beyond me. It's been months. It's always very high. One day it was just one little notch under very high. Seriously, for months now. Anyway, what was I talking about? I know what I was talking about. But let's get back to the superior thing. Now, somebody like me who had kept it secret for so many years, and I knew all that while, I knew that this is the here in the United States, at least, in generally speaking, that women were taught to downplay their accomplishments. Not just don't mention them, but downplay them too. Okay. I grew up hearing things like, don't let boys know that you're smarter than they, especially in math. I was a math whiz. I'm serious. Started off as a math major, by the way, math and computer science. But yeah, don't let them know you're just a female. That's just, that word was so often used, just. Okay. So just imagine a family that is full of very arrogant people. Not just one family, like I said. I know a few families. And the male ego is so, like, it can be part of a culture. It is a part of some culture. To be very arrogant and to always see women as inferior, females, or in their culture, inferior to males, no matter what. Imagine somebody like me, seriously, being around this type, and I have no filter, and I'm not going to have a filter. I did that to myself, had a filter. I'm not doing it. There are some things I'll keep, have a little bit of a filter on. But other than that, I'm speaking my mind. But just imagine a whole family of, including females, who do things that are pretty, very stupid, very wrong. And they still want to uphold this bit that because they're a member of this family, that family, not my family, but that family, that they are therefore superior just by being associated with such men who are so wise. The men aren't wise. Sorry. Nope. Not sorry. They're not. They do stupid stuff. And the people who think that you have to break the rules in order to get by, that kind. Okay? You have to break the rules. Isn't there an expression, you have to crack some eggs? But anyway, and they believe that everybody has to. They're the kind that start off a job by, you have to lie on your resume. No, you don't. If you have the accomplishments, then you'll get the job. You might get the job. There are other people who are going to have accomplishments too. But to lie about them, that's going to be found out. Chances are. Maybe so, maybe not. Maybe you get through life like that, and then at the end they go, yeah, we're glad to get rid of that person. Oh my goodness. Just how people can feel pride that they managed to get through life by lying, cheating, for like jobs and stuff I'm talking about. Any of that stuff. Anything to lie and cheat and to do just think, okay, somebody behind me. Do just things that are totally backwards. Totally wrong. And then go around saying, but I'm superior to you. Do you see how my brain is thinking and how I am feeling? I'm trying just to put it out more. I'm not good at putting out an emotion, I guess. But really, their logic is so stupid that somehow because they cheat the system temporarily, most of them that I've seen over life this long have gotten caught in something. And it didn't go the way they thought that it would. But then again, they cause other people their lives to not go the way that they think that they should. And that, for some reason, probably makes them feel superior. You got all that? Because they helped ruin somebody else's life. And some of them, ooh, yeah. But anyway. Okay, my voice is hurting just too much. But anyway, like I said, I've started off today feeling really good because something kind of funny has been happening, like I said, to me lately. Funny, and it's a good way. My life is starting to feel like, it's finally getting a little bit on track with, just better things instead of having reason to talk about these narcissistic people. And they're not, in my book, how I see it. It's really that their behaviors are quite histrionic, but I know people. Some of them have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder by a professional, the appropriate professionals. I don't mention who. Yeah. And I think some of them should be. I'm not kidding. Okay, but I don't diagnose. But man, their behaviors stick out big time. And with the histrionics, that's kind of like, well, isn't that what they're wanting? To stick out. Anyway, I'm doing this as, this is really a real vent video, although I'm not saying all I would want to say. unfortunately, I have a feeling it's like the next month or so, it's just going to be more, much more. Talk to y'all in the video. Bye. Okay, I wanted to add a little bit more before I totally end this video. I want to make a video about, does it make a difference when you know better? You know better as in what they say is wrong. You know, that they're better and all this kind of stuff. They're superior. But yet you know in your mind, some would say in your heart, soul, whatever, that you know that they're wrong. Facts are facts. Whatever it is, the way that you're looking at it. But you know that. It's not just something you're doing the same thing as they. Got it? I want to make a video on that. This is what led to that.